Hello again, Mr. Solis from Advanced Quantitative Reasoning. So we have this problem right here. We're going to be analyzing some graphical displays. We're going to be building something called box and whisker graphs. And so this is just so you know what's going on with this. So we have this data from the Phoenix Mercury of the Women's National Baseball League. They had 14 players on the roster for 2008 season. And they have the average points per game shown below. So they have all these. This one is Diana Trusser or whatever, and Miss Jennifer right over here. This player has the maximum or the largest amount, so this becomes our maximum and their minimum. So this is what we need to know. We need to know a couple of things to be able to do this. We need to know, first off, our max, let me see, minimum and median, just to begin with. And we're going to be going ahead and doing these things right here, but basically we're going to be building the box from whiskers. Now a couple of other things that we're going to need from here is something called Quantile 1 and Quantile 3, and we'll go over what those are in just a few seconds. So first things first, what you need to do with all your data is, number one, put everything in order from least to greatest, from left to right, least to greatest. And so we have this done right here. Went ahead and did this earlier. I wrote all the numbers from in order from least to greatest. Here's our minimum, and here's our maximum. And so now we need to figure out what our median is. So median's really easy to go ahead and do. All we need to do is look at the numbers right here and find our middle. So there's a total of 14 here. And so we have 14 numbers. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then there's 7 from this side. Our median would be straight in the middle right here. And so to find our median, we basically need to take the average of these two numbers, this one and this one. So you should know by now 4.1 plus 4.4 is equal to 8.5 divided by 2 gives me 4.25. So our median is 4.25. So let me go ahead and start populating my little list over here. Our maximum is 24.1. Our minimum is 0.8. Our median is 4.25. And so that's it for that. I mean, you got this right here. Now, quantile 1. This is what's really interesting. So they're also called the upper and lower quantiles. And this is what you do. Now that you have your median, you cover up the last part of the list. And you end up with the new list. This has 7, so 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. This is now my median of the median. So this is quantile 1. And then you do the same thing for the other one. You cover up the first half. You look right here in the middle, so this is the straight up in the middle, and this becomes quantile 3. Notice that there's 3 numbers and 3 numbers after that, so it's always the number that appears right in the middle of all the other data. And so there we have quantile 1 and 3. Now we're going to write these down in our 5-number summary. I didn't say that this is the 5-number summary, but you know what this is. So this is 2.4. Oh, wait a minute. Oops, I have these backwards. So this right here should be, okay, let me just write these again. This is quantile 3, quantile 1. So quantile 1 is 2.4 and quantile 3 is 10.1. Make these mistakes ever so often. It's just that I'm trying to think of that way. So this is our 5-number summary. So with our 5-number summary, we have all this information. A little noisy out there. Alright. So now that we have the 5-number summary, we can actually build our box and whiskers graph. So first we start with our box. It's always just a little box just like this. And then we have 2 lines that come out of it. And this is what we call a box and whiskers. Let me make this whisker a little bit longer. You don't have to worry about this thing right here. Alright, so let's see. So this is where our minimum is. This is where our maximum is. This right here is quantile 3. This is the median. And this is quantile 1. Interesting things about this. This right here, from the minimum to quantile 1, is 25% of your data. This one is also 25% of your data, from quantile 1 to the median. This is also 25% of your data. This is 25. Finally, from here to here is 25% of your data. And that's how this works. Now, we just need to go ahead and write our numbers. Let's see, median is 0.8. Quantile 1 is 2.4. Median is 4.25. Quantile 3 is 10.1. And the maximum is 24.1. So this is our thing. So a couple of things we can say just by analyzing the data. We can say that 50%, because remember this is 25 and 25, 50% of our data is contained within this box. So we can go ahead and make an inference of this. You can go ahead and actually say 50% of the players, I'm misspelling players, have a, not a nice day, but have a, let's see, average points per game between 2.4 and 10.1. Okay, and so that's where we can say 50% of our data is at. Alright. Now you're probably wondering if a couple of things is something called outliers. Okay, outliers, basically to go ahead and calculate any outliers, we have to go ahead and find something called the inner quantile range, the IQR. That's basically Q3 minus Q1. Quantile 3 minus quantile 1. So let's see, quantile 3 is 10.1 and our quantile 1 is 2.4. This gives us a total of, let's see, I think it's 7.7, but I have no clue right now. Let's see. So that's going to be 10.1 minus 2.4, 7.7. I was right. So that's our inner quantile range. Now, to be able to go ahead and work anything, if we want a lower to find any basically we're going to find the limits on the range here. We're going to find our limit on our domain, how far down we can go. So what you do is you take quantile 3 and you subtract, or no, at quantile 1, and you subtract 7.7 times 1.5. 1.5 is a constant. .5 is a constant. So right here, because we have this constant, we're going to go ahead and just multiply that and get that right here. So let's see. So that's basically right here, Q1 minus IQR times 1.5. That's a constant. So that's 10 point, no, that's it. No. That's 2.4 minus 7.7 times 1.5. So let me see, I think that's 11 point something, 11.55. So that's 11.55. So this right here is 11.55. So we're going to subtract 11.55 from 2.4. So that gives us negative 9.55. Or no, 1.5, sorry. So that means right here for us that when we go ahead and put this right here, we look at this is going to be a negative number, 9.15. Any number to the left of this one is an outlier. Okay, so that's one place where we found the outlier. But what about over here? Well, we have to do the same thing. So, sort of. To find any outliers on that one, we take Q3 and add 7.7, or the IQR, times 1.5. So Q3 plus 7.7 times 1.5. Again, so that's going to be basically, let's see, I gotta write that down. Q3 is 10.1 plus 7.7 times 1.5. So that's 10.1 plus 7.7 times, whoops, wrong button, times 1.5. That comes up to 21.65. So right here, if we look at this, that's going to be a number that appears right around right here. Anything to the right of that is an outlier, and this happens to be an outlier. So 24.1 is an outlier, so we're going to have to actually say that. So I'm all done here. I'll talk to you later.